Okay, here's my house. It has some of the details finished. I framed out all my windows and added a couple of shutters and things because of requests from students. So the first thing that you want to do once you have all the details around your windows and your door is make the house look like it has some siding on it. You can choose what kind of siding you want. Some of you might have bricks, some of you might have regular siding. I would say for regular siding, turn your paper this way because your hand can make a straight line going like that real easily. I would do this freehand instead of with a ruler. If you feel more comfortable with a ruler though, it can work. I'm just turning my paper because my hand can make a straight line better that way, right? So here we go. Super fast, easy. It doesn't have to look perfectly straight. This is a haunted house, so if it's not exactly perfectly straight, no big deal. Just make sure you go between your windows and all the other details that you have on there so that the siding, looks like it matches up. So there you go. Boom, 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 like that, all across your house. You can see mine is not perfectly even, but when I get finished, you're gonna see it's gonna look pretty good and kind of like a haunted house. Now, some of you might want to do bricks, and if you want to do bricks, you can start out with some lines going across to kind of give you some guidelines. I'll do my house with bricks on this side and siding on that side. I think that'll look, actually, you know what I think I'll do? I think I'll do bricks halfway up. So here's the thing with bricks. Don't draw every single one of them. If you draw every single brick, it's gonna look cheesy and fake. So if I were to say, having my house with bricks from here down, right, just the bottom part, I could just draw some little rectangles next to each other, maybe 2 or 3 here, and maybe 1 or 2 over here. Pick some places to just draw a few bricks here and there. You're basically just giving the texture, the idea, the impression that there's some bricks in this part of the house. Later on, when you color it and add color, you'll be able to really show that it looks like bricks a lot easier. Just keep doing that until you kind of get the feeling that this whole area is filled with bricks, always in groups of 2 or 3. Sometimes you can put a few more in there, I guess, but mostly you really don't need very many. If you try to draw every single brick, it's going to look a little cheesy and fake. Wherever you see kind of a too open of an area, just throw another brick in there. It's fine. Okay? And then you get the feeling that there's bricks. Yay. Now, let's talk about windows. If I zoom in, see if I can do this without wiggling too much. If I zoom into my house, first of all, if you want to do shutters, shutters should be half the distance of the window because when they close, they should cover up your window. Put some hinges on them. A shutter is basically just a rectangle that's half the size of your window and a couple of hinges. Then inside the rectangle, you're going to divide it just like your window is divided with some smaller rectangles. Just draw a smaller little rectangle like that. Boom, boom, boom. Easy peasy. And then some lines going across. Okay, it doesn't have to be hard, it doesn't have to be difficult, and that little detail will look good. Now what I've done here, and here you can see I started to do it, is make a couple of my shutters look like they're broken, right? So I make sure that the rectangle that I draw is exactly the same size as the other rectangle, okay? So that's kind of important, so it looks real. But then I just turned it sideways a little bit and made it look like the hinge broke off, right? So here's hanging by just a thread of that hinge, and this one's sideways and broken. Over here, I haven't finished detailing the shutter, but this shutter, you can see I drew the shape of the rectangle on the angle that I want, but now I have to make sure I erase the stuff that's in there, the old window that was right there. Hopefully the background noise of the kids is not gonna bother you guys too much. And then, you do the same thing. So this shutter is hanging on the opposite direction as the other one. I didn't want to make them exactly the same as each other. So this one also broke the bottom hinge, but it tilted the other direction. Okay? So there you go. Now inside the windows, you're going to want to start doing some scary things one of the things that looks really cool to do is to make the window look like it's open and that some torn curtains or something are blowing out. So what you can do is erase that part and draw. So if this part of the window slides up like this, this shape is going to be up a little higher. So you're going to see the bottom of it like this and the top of it. But these are going to be a lot lighter than, or kind of fuzzier, you know, less detailed than the ones that are already there. So now the panes of glass are overlapping each other, and if they had some curtains in here like this, they could be blowing out and kind of tattered, like kind of coming out of the window right there. You could make them look like they're ripped in two inside, and then like some pieces of it are kind of fluttering out. Now I gotta erase the corner of the window where that curtain is kind of coming out of the window. And then it will look like the wind is blowing, the window is open, and there's some kind of torn things inside there. You can do regular curtains, or you can do mini blinds. You could just draw some lines going across like that to show mini blinds. I'm gonna have some pictures out for you guys to look at for other kinds of details and scary things. And of course you can draw scary things inside of there too.